Hello everyone, hello! Cesare here with more Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. We are joined today by Jeremy and Vector. And yeah, we are currently working on... yesterday, or Wednesday, we finished the game. The main story of the initial game, but the main story actually continues on. And we did a quest involving the Black Legion attacking Nereus, and we had to fight them off in 3 different locations and then take out their flagship when they started bombarding the surface. And then we found out that the Martyr has resurfaced and docked somewhere. And we went there to find the Alpha Pariah, who was under attack by Eldar. Now, we've seen Dark Eldar in the game. This was the first time we've seen Eldar, and honestly, the Eldar seem a lot cooler than the Dark Eldar so far. They have, like, laser weapons and other cool things like that. Either way. The mysterious Epidemic. I defeated the Eldari intruders and rescued the Alpha Pariah. I also had to deal with the unexpected arrival of an Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor. After a heated exchange, we made a deal. They can investigate the Martyr, and I will continue studying the abilities of the Alpha Pariah. In exchange for a small favor, I need to purge a potentially warp-related epidemic on a hive world. Yeah, so we saved the Alpha Pariah, as they said here, and they wanted us to turn her over, and we were like, no. And they were like, well, fine, we're gonna go investigate the Martyr. If you do this for us, you can keep the Pariah. And my character's like, all right, that's good. All you need to do to make a cool faction for Sass is give them laser weapons, and he'll be immediately on board. I mean, laser weapons are pretty cool. Look at Star Trek. Star Trek has the phasers. Like, the phasers were super cool back in the day. I mean, it's still cool now. Although, I gotta tell you, the Worf had an excellent idea in one of the Star Trek books, and they may have done it in the show too. But one of the Star Trek books, they were fighting the Borg, and the Borg kept adapting rapidly to all of their phasers. So Warp was like, well, we got these old-time, like, rifles, ballistic rifles, let's try those. They started using those to kill the Borg. You gonna do an energy weapon playthrough for Fallout? Maybe. I don't know much about Fallout, so possibly. Back when,
Inquisitor, I have completed the preliminary tests on the samples from the Cascada Prime. The results are fascinating.
Fascinating has different meanings for each of us.
I will need more samples. The plague is clearly of warp origin, most probably caused by an as yet unrecorded pathogen.
The infection is spreading like wildfire through the hive. The mutant scum and the treacherous cultists have already begun exploiting the situation, leading an open rebellion.
According to Vox reports, the local enforcers have been overwhelmed, but there is an operational Astra Militarum outpost in the vicinity.
Affirmative. I will take over command.
So I gotta tell you something before I continue with that thought. The monitoring Vox channels, and there's 2 states that the Vox channels have been in this game. They've either been overwhelmed or completely silent. Anyway, I don't know enough about Fallout to say if I'm going to do a playthrough of them with them, but I don't know if that'd be a good idea. You probably know better than I would. Because typically speaking, I'm not going to say Fallout's a bad game because a lot of people love it, but it's never been my style of game. But I am excited to actually try a Fallout. Well, the Imperial Guard / Astra Militarum functions by throwing enough people at it until they are dead. Oh. Well. That's always good. You know, I was thinking last night, the Demon Hunter Chaos Gate, it would have been really interesting to play that game in a Souls-like or Chaos Marine style instead. Now, what I mean by
The
that...
area has been secured.
Okay.
Apologies for ruining the moment of victory, but the sensors show large forces headed towards you.
Of course there's
Is the
large
local Vox station still operational?
According to the readings, it is.
I'll go there and call in reinforcements.
Anyway, the Demon Hunter Chaos Gate, like the story part of it and the bosses, I think they would have been so good in a Souls-like and/or Soulsborne style, or even just the Space Marine Darksider style combat. I getting to experience like playing a Great Knight, leveling them up and kicking ass that way. So if the situation's gotten bad enough that you and Inquisitor have had to get involved, the guard are getting overwhelmed. Yeah, it makes sense. It's just funny to me that those are the two states we found via Vox transmissions. Quarantine protocols breached in sections 523.23 and 223.19. A magistrate Kuzanov reported growing violence on the lower levels, plus connection to 12th and 3rd Regiment, severed by angry mobs. Repeated declaration of martial law. Officio Medicae requested reinforcements to the public infirmaries. Request rejected by Colonel Armisen. Due to men and power shortage. Non-combat losses increasing. Requesting Officio Perfectus assistance to raise morale. Use of heavy weaponry authorized. This wasn't getting worse. He was just growing violence like a plant. Yeah. Field chirurgeons reporting new symptoms. The mutagenic nature of the Vindicta 3 strain is confirmed by Magos Aurelio Sigma 6. Colonel Aronson diagnosed infected. Captain Cortain diagnosed infected. Captain Grenzen Mia, or missing in action, requesting new commanding officer. Bunch of binary. Magos Aurelia Sigma 6 claiming battle station. Regiment rendered dysfunctional. Extended hive quarantine. Indigo 3 classified as indigo level Empyrean pathogen. Ordo Hereticus involvement strongly advised. Presence of the ruinous powers confirmed. Source of infection located in the underhive. Triangulated nucleus at...
Captain Logren of the 12th Cascadian Regiment reporting for duty.
At ease, Captain. I need an update on the situation in the hive.
It is really bad, Inquisitor. The upper hive has been overrun by these insane freaks. We have entire zones, dead and silent, that have entirely succumbed to this unholy plague.
Gather your forces, Captain, and assist me. The Emperor will guide us through these tribulations, Captain.
Ready to
fight! Oh, sick.
For the Emperor!
Magos, I need your opinion on those unholy outposts.
The growth of the cadavers look post-mortem. Probably organic viral transmission. My theory is that the pustules are emitting gaseous pathogens to hasten up the spreading of the plague.
Loading.
That is quite the enemy right there. I'm slowed right now, which is less than ideal. Oh. The Emperor just really hates this captain in particular. Maybe. See, I was saying that I really like the idea, the Demon Hunter Chaos Gate bosses, and I feel like they'd make some really cool, like Souls-like encounters out of them. Well, they could anyway.
You have secured the first key location. A small victory, but a victory nonetheless. That's exactly what our soldiers need in this situation.
I'm ready for my trial of fate.
Jeremy, what would you do if they released a Warhammer game and the entire enemy you're fighting is just Jar Jar Binks? Just various Jar Jar Binkses. And not even like just other Gungans, just all Jar Jar Binks. That one died way the fuck up. Because that would confirm that Jar Jar Binks exists within the Warhammer 40k universe as well.
Loading.
You know what I want to see? Companies doing more crossovers with each other. I have a lot of soldiers with me. What the fuck? There's something cool about having a crossover. Like there's the crossover event with FF16 right now. If you haven't done it in with FF14 right now.
That's the second location secured. Cut through the mutant rabble Inquisitor. Cleanse the taint from this eye.
Strike it. A multiple strike it.
The plague is indeed the result of an artificially created mutagenic pathogen nerve.
Only a very powerful entity of chaos is capable of creating something like that.
The analysis of the pattern verified my theory. The outbreak originated.
Let's say
from a
that Jar Jar
specific
exists in the 40k
location in
universe.
his lower
The more that the
eye.
fan base will start
Send
bitching
your
about him being in the
coordinates, but
universe.
first, we need to purge this area.
Always the fan base.
This hive is doomed.
Speaking of which, how many like pathogens have they created in the Warhammer 40k universe from Nurgle? Like how many times has he created a pathogen at this point? I imagine it's been like half a dozen, right? Time for another lore drop. Yeah, that's why I ask these questions.
I would rather have my tech priest dealing with this.
I am genuinely interested. Let's go back over here real quick. Nurgle actually has imprisoned within his realm the elder goddess of light and fertility, who's basically immortal. Okay. So wait, we could have seen the elder goddess, the Eldar goddess in Inquisitor, or what the fuck do you call it? The Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, because we went to the Garden of Nurgle. That's not a single place that she'd be held.
This wretch was more than a simple grunt. It might have some...
Our salvation is close. The 7 times blessed change is sweeping through the cursed manufactorums and alleys of Cascada like wildfire. Those fools still have hope in their sermons, but they are helpless against the holy necrosis of the Plague Lord. Some of you have already witnessed the might of our humongous angels in the fortress precinct. Rest assured, you can count on their help in the future, but this battle is ours to win. Once we have broken free of the tyrannical clutches of the Imperium and smashed its hated idols, they will walk among us freely and protect us from the vile Emperor. But for now, they must protect the Architect, as he is the key to the final victory. Do not rest and do not lose heart. Manipulate the fears of the uninitiated, wreak havoc in the ranks of our enemies. The battle for Cascada Prime will be difficult, and most of us will perish in the flames. The servants of the false Emperor will fight to their last cursed breath. Cherish our reward, an existence without pain, fear, and boundaries of mortal body. He uses it to test and grow various pathogens. She may have been freed at this point, you're not 100% certain, but she was being held in Nurgle's garden. Okay, so yeah, we could have seen her there if,
Still be on this world.
they chose to
evaluate the
include that in
options
Demon Hunt.
You are doing the Emperor's work, Inquisitor.
Defense mechanism activated.
Gotcha. They didn't give me any more artillery strength. Because of the 3 games I played, yeah, that's the only one I went to like anything significant in terms of lore, I think, right? Well, he died like immediately, right? Ready to fight. So, wait. Okay. Out of curiosity, and I'm sure there is one. There are RTS games for this game too, right? Like, not Chaos Gate style, like XCOM style RTS, but like StarCraft style. There are. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I could have sworn I read about those. Those are the Total War games, am I right?
Tech priest dealing with this.
I said for I like when games will like make a variety of different like styles. So for example, I like how Warhammer has like just a ton of different genres for like every fucking style of player. The only downside to that is when a company creates a bunch of different games like that, but they're not like quality. They're just pumped out. But all the Warhammer games I've played so far have been pretty decent.
The section has been cleared.
Oh.
I will return to the ship before heading into the bowels of the city.
May I remind you that as long as the pathogen remains virulent in the host population, your achievements will be temporary.
When I burn out the source of this blasphemous plague, the officio medicine
Right,
can
thanks,
deal
guys.
with the survivors.
I think I might as well just kill everything while I'm here, yeah? At the very least, gets me a couple more kills from inside my banners. I'm getting fuck all free XP now, as you can see. I got 1,000 from that. Dawn of War for 40k and Total War for Fantasy. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I got an achievement there. Complete the Call of the Strong Heroic Deed. Kill 100 elite enemies. Sick. I got Crisis Management perk. Take 2 million damage in combat. Eternal Warrior perk. After taking lethal damage, brings the player back to life, knocking back the stunning enemies in a 3-meter radius. Also giving 100 Berserk tokens on Resurrection. Not count as a death. Minus 20% damage reduction above 50%. Plus 40% damage reduction below. Great. Well, I'm pretty happy with what I got right now. Alright, let's look at our inventory. Oops, that's not my inventory. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Sort by type. Okay, so we got 518, 530. Hard pressed to find anything better in there. Got some new banners at least. Quite a few banners dropped actually. Banner of Benediction. That's actually better because, well, it's green, so it's basically just an upgraded version of what I have. Plus, it does electric bolts when I get hit, so I'm actually going to equip that. Better. 60 might be, but it's only a blue, so I don't think it's worth it. Not interested in any of these. 58. I don't think a blue is going to be better than a relic 57. Alright. Sell all those after I drop off. Okay. So I am curious, does she sell anything worthwhile to me right now? She doesn't have anything that I use. Suppose I could just like make equipment. Alright, she wants to talk.
We know that the Alpha Pariah has the unique ability to completely destroy demons instead of simple banishment, but we have no idea how that works.
True. The data we have on her abilities is scarce, and her previous encounter with a greater demon on the Martyr could be an anomaly.
That is why I want her to join me on the chaos-infested world during my mission. Her powers could purge the infestation.
You are experimenting with a live subject, Inquisitor. An idea worthy of a tech priest.
Sometimes you need to resort to unorthodox methods, I suppose.
I will prepare the Alpha subject and have the teleportarium ready when you call for her.
Here's the Alpha Pariah over here.
The time has come for you to join me on a priority mission. It is time to test your abilities and determination.
Before I say anything, what am I supposed to do?
We will enter a hive in the thralls of a chaos infestation. I want you to employ your powers to put an end to that foul contamination.
No! Absolutely not! I lived through that nightmare countless times. Walls thick with muck, the shambling shadows on the corridors, the growling of those creatures. No!
Your fear of chaos is understandable, but you are far from defenseless. And this was not a request, by the way.
Yeah.
Are you willing to kill me if I disobey? Or am I too valuable for that?
The Alpha Pariah's unique asset, so I must approach her very carefully. Her behavior is unacceptable, but maybe some tact could serve to me more at the moment. Her fear is irrelevant. The needs of the Imperium are paramount. I must make her use her abilities, whatever it takes. That could result in the death of all of the Imperium, so I'm all for taking the radical decision right on this, guys.
I would do anything in my power to save the Imperium from destruction. Would you?
I would. But you must know that I'm truly terrified. What if I lose control over my powers?
Well, you can't
You
get
will
control.
not. This is why we need to test your abilities out there.
You are right. I think. Yes, I will accompany you.
Oh, she gave in easily. But yeah, it's essentially, like, you can't get better at something if you don't do it, usually. Burning out the rot. The epidemic turned out to be a mutagenic virus manufactured by a powerful chaos entity, which was a minor detail that my Order of Hereticus brother forgot to mention. I eliminated the deranged mutants, but if I want to reach the source of the infestation, I must venture into the Underhive. The Alpha Pariah will accompany me. Her unique abilities will aid me greatly. So, Jeremy, I assume everything that they release, game-wise, book-wise, etc., is all considered canon to the lore, right? Like, they don't release something and be like, that's not canon. Is that true in this series? Okay, there's very little. So that means that, from what I understand, the Alpha Pariah is a unique thing in this universe, and she is, in fact, super.
You are approaching the site where
Like,
the plague
useful /
originated.
powerful?
Beware. The sensors are indicating increasing warp activity in the area.
Splendid. This Nurgle infestation is a gift that keeps on giving. In any case, it is the perfect opportunity to test the Alpha Pariah's unique abilities.
Gotcha. Alright, come along, Alpha Pariah. Let's get some blood.
I don't even know what I should do.
Just do whatever you have already done several times when you try to protect yourself.
Plague Marine. Jeremy, do you consider yourself a degen from upcountry?
Loading.
Yes.
Regarding your uncertainties, I wonder why Ether Tiberius didn't train me properly.
Uther was a genius, but also a terrible mentor.
If it helps, I'm inclined to avoid his mistakes.
It helps a little, yes.
Uther's a genius, but a terrible mentor.
An alarm
I wonder if that's considered heresy to say.
system used.
Heretical to talk shit about Uther. Yes, I figured. So you don't consider yourself a degen from upcountry then? My brother just got to the season where they're going to start introducing the characters from Laval.
You know, Inquisitor, it was a bold choice to bring me here. Has it occurred to you that maybe you are the
Well.
one who should be afraid of me? Are you threatening me? I'm just pointing out the fact that I have no control over my abilities. That's all.
Not necessarily the characters from Laval, I guess, but they have like the French equivalent of the Letterkenny characters, and they all hate agents from upcountry, and they blame them on Laval, which is funny because the French girl I was seeing for a bit when I first moved to Ottawa, she was from Laval. Apparently, I was seeing a degen, or who the French consider a degen according to Letterkenny. It happens. Sometimes you just... I'm gonna fart. What the hell's this?
It is time. Unleash your powers on the Horde.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
This is your destiny. This is what you are. Should you fail to comply, you will probably die.
It is too much. I don't know if I can control it. Yes, I can do this. Perish!
Knocked herself on
By
her
the
ass.
Emperor. Her powers are definitely growing. She has no control over her abilities. Tech Priest, I need her back on the ship now.
Experiencing recurring calibration problems. Warp anomalies combined with the subject's distortion field are hindering return teleportation.
This location is extremely unsafe for her.
Correct. Sensors indicate large hostile forces inbound.
I
You have
need
no
the
control over your own
Space Marine
abilities
down
either?
here. You can send him down here, right?
Hey, she's calling in fucking
It was wise.
bias.
No one will withstand.
Honestly, she's just been bringing this dude everywhere.
Glory.
Try to keep your head clear, Thorn, and focus on the protection of the Alpha Pariah. Her survival is paramount.
Rest assured, not a single abomination will live long enough to get to her.
Well, he already failed in that attack.
Tech Priest, why haven't you evacuated the Alpha Pariah yet?
Calibrating teleportarium sequences. Chance of failure calculated unacceptable. Suggestion. Nullify the source of Imperium fluctuations.
That was hardly a revelation. Find a solution.
I love how sassy the fucking tech priest is in this.
Tell me, Inquisitor, is this young woman really worth all this trouble? Not that I need any excuse to kill the filth. Just wondering.
She is an Imperial citizen, Thorn, and a very important one at that.
She is also a pariah. And I just can't help feeling instant, deep revulsion when I'm around. Not to mention her natural powers.
She can destroy demons, Thorn. The galaxy is one, and those powers are the most valuable assets we have ever had against the Ruinous powers.
Yeah.
Calibration complete. Estimated chances of successful teleportation are currently at 95%.
And what happens to the Sergeant and the Alpha Pariah in the case of an unsuccessful teleport?
Their physical bodies will disintegrate. Regarding the spiritual component, you can access reference material flagged as unconfirmed.
If we lose the Pariah due to a faulty teleport, there will be consequences.
I have my own personal space marine in my retinue. I bring him nowhere. So far, that's been the fucking whole thing of this game too. Is she's got this dude who might be a little headstrong, sure, but he's really strong, and she takes him nowhere. I mean, again, it's probably a thing to try and make you realize, hey, your character's actually super powerful too, but I don't know about you guys, but if I'm in a world like Warhammer, I think it is speaks to the universe more if you have to take your personal space marine everywhere.
Loading.
Even how many hits it actually takes me to take down a space marine too, like one of the plague marines or the other chaos legions. They're legitimately tough.
Do you see how fragile your master's so-called Imperium is? How imperfect you all are? This insight is a gift from our benefactor.
Who would that be? Another pitiful traitor yearning for vengeance on his former kind?
Alas, I cannot share his name with you, but rest assured, his genius will turn the Karagari sector into the most beautiful garden of Nurgle.
Not on my watch. I will burn out this rot with the sacred fire of the Emperor.
Such fervor! A true pity that I must kill you so abruptly. Why not? Your flesh will spawn wonderful gifts for the grandfather.
Oh, that's right. They call Nurgle the grandfather. Forgot about that. Dead.
I wonder what this machine does. Defense mechanism activated.
Nurgle Hellbrute. It looks just like the Devil's Devastator.
The Emperor's light has found me.
Do you think Piamet would be a follower of Slaanesh or Nurgle? Probably Nurgle. I don't know much about Slaanesh, other than what you told me about the Dark Eldar, or the Eldar creating them. Gorth, my dearest brother in virulence. Well, I guess that's his name, Gorth. I read your observations on our architect with a heavy heart, and I must agree his expertise in the blessed arts is astounding. Or outstanding. But his motivations are dubious, to say the least. Even his chosen titles reek of arrogance and vanity. Architect, Illuminator. I won't even mention the one we know best, since it's an insult to our Lord. As an apothecary, he is entitled to a degree of arrogance, but I have to agree once again. He isn't worthy of our trust and loyalty. That said, we cannot deny that he has held up his end of the bargain so far. The wondrous gift he bestowed upon the undeserving cattle is a wondrous ode to the grandfather. Our warband is growing in prestige, and once the Nexus opens, this bleak corner of their false Imperium will turn into the most beautiful garden of plague. Regarding the second part of your message, spending so much time on his convoluted plan to capture an Inquisitor is a waste of our efforts. This must once again stem from his obsession with Uther Tiberius and the Anathema Ultima. I would prefer a more direct attack on the servants of the false Emperor. There are certain merits to his more subtle approach. Follow his orders for now. Keep him alive until he perfects the 7 times blessed formulae. Wait until he returns to the Maw of Madness. After that, we'll discuss the matter. Slaanesh is the god of excess, so she can indulge in her love of fekies. Nurgle is the god of decay and disease, so he'd make her poop rot instead of letting her eat it.
This is most disturbing. The
Yeah, true.
entire epidemic was a ploy to lure Inquisitors here.
Lately, she's been calling fekies feeks. And when I asked why, she was like, efficiency. hiding
The
back there?
Emperor, the primogenitor.
Ah, Inquisitor. I've been expecting you. I am truly disappointed, though, that you came alone.
Spare me the grand monologue, you abomination.
I've been hunting your kind for a long time, but I never dared to hope that the Dark Gods would send me the one who has the Alpha Pariah. Tell me, where is she now?
I'd suggest you prepare for more disappointment, creature.
The Anathema Ultima, the Alpha subject. Call her whatever you want, but she is mine! I have been trying to reclaim my precious experiment since that perfidious Tiberius cheated her out of my hands!
You might begin to see a pattern here.
Oh no, I will take you alive, Inquisitor. We will experiment, you and I, to see where the threshold of suffering lies for you. Then you will be ready to denounce your master and beg for my forgiveness.
I'm not gonna do that.
Defend your
I can even move it during the attack. I mean, fuck you, buddy.
Emperor most commendable. However, I have disturbing news for you, Inquisitor. You simply cannot defeat me. Should you be victorious this time?
It hurts.
Don't matter. You will have to face me again and again until you yield.
Perish.
Did I just die? Did he die?
Fabius Bile! Your existence is a curse upon this world. Judgment will finally find you.
Another Inquisitor? This plan seems to be working splendidly.
It is Fabius Bile,
If I
yeah.
do say so myself.
For your innumerable crimes, your sentence is death. Delivered here and now.
You are wasting the dwindling resources of your pathetic Imperium. I am one of many. Even if you succeeded, you would accomplish nothing. But you won't.
Lies upon lies. The judgment of the Emperor is upon you, heretic.
Inquisitor, next time I expect you to bring what belongs to me. Until then...
Okay, leads to dark mechanical. Interesting. Oh, okay. This guy just fucking almost one-shot me.
You set me up, Inquisitor. What's worse, you have risked an extremely important Imperial asset. I should bring this to the Conclave.
Spare me the indignation. My order knew that Fabius Bile is here in the Caligari sector, and we have been hunting for that traitor for a very long time.
And from your perspective, the demise of Bile is the ultimate priority.
Obviously. Appreciate the irony, Inquisitor. Bile set a trap for us that we used to entrap Bile.
And still, he escaped. I strongly advise that you refrain from using the Alpha Pariah as a bait in the future.
You have survived the first... Okay, well that's a bit of a spoiler, but... Thank you. Another achievement. Complete the Tapestry of Vengeance heroic deed. Defeat. The investigation into a mysterious warp-related plague proved to be a chaos ploy to lure Inquisitors into the clutches of Fabius Bile, who is desperately seeking a way to locate the Alpha Pariah. Ironically, my presence in the infected hive was the result of another ploy, an attempt on the part of the Ordo Hereticus to lure out Bile. I thwarted the plans of the primogenitor, but he escaped. Considering his attraction towards the Alpha Pariah, I suspect that I will meet this insane monster again. Kill 500 enemies while standing within your banner's range. Battle sister only. We did it, team. We did it. Alright, we still have one more thing to do with the banner, so at least I think we did. Destroy 20 security guards. Okay, we're working on that. Oops, too fast. Complete 25 silence the guns missions. I'm at 539 539 fate points. Use world skills 50 times. We're at 30, so we're not doing too bad on that. Open 20 demon guarded reliquaries. We're at 8. Deal 10,000, or is it 10,000? Yeah, 10,000 critical hits. We're at 2.88k, so we're not doing too bad there. This one here is kill 50 chaos engines while under the effect of an act of faith. I'm at 5. Here. Kill 5 boss enemies. Use booster type inoculations 250 times or 141. Deploy 150 banners. We're at 57, so yeah, that's what we gotta do. Enter embodied state form 100 times, so you know we're working on that slowly. I gotta say, I don't know how I would have enjoyed this game with the other classes, but I do like the battle sister so far. Got one more point in this and I can up rank 2. Can you make it? Alright. $61. Debbie, can you check something for me? Do you know if the game is actually set up to lower the amount of EXP you get once you hit level 60? Because, yeah, I have not gained a single level like this stream or near the end of last stream when I hit level 60. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break though. I will be right back.